So your underlying energy being the Two of Pentacles. Why we got the Two of Pentacles here? Because of the Knight of Cups. Y'all, what the fuck? Just gonna be straight up. What the fuck? The Knight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles. Do you know what that means, y'all? Somebody has a dream about somebody that they already know they want to get back together with, but they're distracting themselves with stuff that isn't actually going to help them get anywhere. The Two of Pentacles is an alright card, alright? Not my favorite, but it's an alright card. And the reason why it's not my favorite, and the reason why I say it's an alright card, is because, of course, while you're still trying to figure out which options have the the most value, it can also indicate that there's you're not coming from an emotional place when you're trying to decide a lot of these, make a decision about any of these options. They're just distractions. Keeping the balance, because it's better to look at something that you can do in the moment versus looking at how you feel. For a lot of you guys have been through some seriously painful paths, which is understandable. But this is Pisces season. Distraction is not happening. Even though Pisces energy is known for kind of conking out, it's so emotionally deep. It's maybe not being, it has their own special weird quirk of a uniqueness, aside from Scorpio's depth of emotion. Scorpio's energy is not as direct as Pisces, so you're gonna get hit with it or in a roundabout way. So it's like being slapped from somebody that's like spinning around and trying to slap you from behind, but you don't know that because they look like they're dancing. You know what I mean? So it's like that with Piscean energy. So with you distracting yourself, you're going to be finding a lot of those feelings creeping up in the things that you're trying to do. A lot of the things that you're trying to use as distractions are going to no longer work for you. Okay? Especially this season. Because that energy is so powerful. And the emotions that you have for this person is so powerful. The fact that you're trying to ignore it is already telling me that your emotions for this person is so powerful. Okay? But we're going to go ahead and start with this, because I'm not going to ramble too much. So we're going to go ahead and start here with the Page of Cups here with this person. And this person already sees this relationship as something that's definitely in need of communication from the heart. Right? This person definitely knows that they need to communicate about how they feel. Right? Come out and speak their mind, speak their feelings. And they also understand this is a cultivation of something that starts, of something emotional. This could be that this person knows that they need to have emotional communication here, or this person is trying to, nurture and kind of take care of something that's emotionally precious to them right now. It could be the development of emotions, or a dream, or some sort of manifestation, something that they might want, some sort of desire. This person is taking very close care of it. It's very precious to this individual here. Now, the other person sees judgment. Now, when I see judgment in the Wheel of Fortune, I got some things to ask. Who is this individual? Because you have the Knight of Cups that it tells me already, this is someone that you already know that you have romantic emotions for, that you already have feelings for. And sometimes it doesn't have to be romantic feelings, but you have feelings for somebody, which is why you're distracting yourself. And it's obvious that this is someone from the past, because judgment is something that is, this is a resurrection, something coming back up in your life, resurfacing. This is Phoenix rising from the ashes. So whatever situation that you had in the past is coming back, right? And with the Wheel of Fortune, with the opportunity to do something differently, to to have a different experience, to live the life that you want to live. This is your opportunity to take it by the helm. You have the opportunity to do something differently, but you also have somebody here. This person has grown so much that this relationship or this situation that's come back up is definitely putting them in a position where they don't really know how to move forward from this. And it's because they don't know what to do. They've already done the growth. They have done everything that they needed to for themselves. But the situation here is like, I don't know how else I can move forward. I don't know how else I can move on. I don't know how else I can be free, because I'm still this is still here. This is still it. This is still, situations are still coming up where I'm being reminded, or the situation is back in play and I don't know how I got back into it because I thought I moved on. But the situation isn't necessarily about moving on. It's about embracing a new opportunity, because this is not a situation from the past. This is a brand new beginning from someone from the past that you have emotional feelings for, probably because those emotions have never really left in the first place, because you haven't truly addressed how you felt and why you felt them. it's really weird. Some of you guys may have actually just have done everything. Embraced your emotions, accepted the love, had given unconditional love to the person, still feeling stuck, still in a situation where the past is coming up. And you don't really know what to do. Because the person is showing up here with the Eight of Swords. Somebody here is unsure of how to deal with the situation. They're really stuck in their thoughts at this moment. They're really stuck in their mind. Or they're really mentalizing this. I don't know, that's not a word, right? But they're like totally in their mind about it. That's perhaps the reason why they haven't been able to move on, because all of this stuff has been played out in their head. And it actually, in a really interesting way, how reality is displaying it is that it's more of a distraction. Everything was a distraction, so you haven't really gotten anywhere. You haven't really moved anywhere. You used the distraction as a way to move on, but it really never never moved on. You never moved on. There was no moving on period from this person on the side here. It can be, but at the same time, it could be that you have done it, right? You have cleansed your area. You have done everything, but you feel kind of stuck here. And it may just be that the person may have offered you something, or maybe this person came back in your life, or maybe there's an introduction of this individual in your life, he or she, whatever. And even though you thought you moved on, it's rekindling a lot of energy. It's reforming a lot of the old stuff that you thought you were done with. Because honestly, you probably were never done with it in the first place. It was just that you had to move on for the sake of your own sanity. And now it's like you're in a situation where you kind of like stuck and at the same time losing your damn mind, because you're like, I don't like being stuck. I don't like having this situation be like I can't do anything about. It's very interesting. But this person feels trapped. This person feels trapped, and it's because the situation's come back up. It could have been, it could be that this person has to do something differently for themselves, because the situation may be making them feel like they can't be who they are. Or the situation is this with judgment here, is that, even though this is like a reoccurring, something reoccurring and something that they thought they've grown from, they find themselves, still doing some things, or maybe unsure of how to do something, because how they would normally act would end up reverting backwards. It's very interesting. But this person is providing the sun in their present, in their body energy. This is how they're displaying themselves. Very clear, they're very clear on what they want, clear on what steps they need to take to get to where they want to be. They have a heart's desire, and they have the path, they have the map to take them there. And it's very interesting, right? The Seven of Wands coming up as the reason why they have this, have the sun, is that they have the advantage and they know it. They have the advantage of the situation. I think they've been using this knowledge to defend themselves rather than to use it to advance. Because I always see the Seven of Wands as like, okay, you have the higher ground, you've overcome the Five of Wands, but do you think that the Five of Wands is happening on your level playing field when you have the level up? When you have that platform that's higher than everyone else, therefore making that fight completely irrelevant to you, or it can be irrelevant to you, but you choose to decide to stand your ground and fight for that platform to prove yourself. To yourself, I feel like. Not to anybody else, but to prove to yourself that you are someone that is justified to be where you are. That's justified to, to have that sort of protective and defensiveness for yourself. And maybe making your boundaries very clear here. But at that moment, or maybe even after the battle was done and through, you're still standing here defending yourself. You have to kind of move on with this. Not necessarily that you're looking for a fight, but that you're trying to protect yourself when you could just use your platform to do something that puts you even higher. But this person was in a place of defense. Now this person is no longer in a place of defense. This person is honestly taking the Seven of Wands and said, okay, I know what I need to do differently. I know what I could do to enhance my life. And how they're doing it now is focusing on their heart's desire here and taking the paths that they know will get them there. Because the challenges is the Three of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles talks about seeing the future for together, like seeing some sort of, well, it's not like the Seven of Wands per se, but like seeing the potential future through practical means, like what needs to be done, who can do this, and who can do that. It's working together as a group to to grow as a as a unit. it's teamwork, it's collaboration, it's working together to create something that can potentially lead to stability, right, to a very stable place. But there's no working together with this. Everybody's individually doing their own planning, and at the same time, there's not a lot of collaboration, a lot of seeing of the future, because I don't think anybody knows that there was a future to even have with this individual, because this person was blindsided. Because the Six of Swords is where they're coming from. This person's, the reason why this person has the Eight of Swords Judgment, like I said, is because they thought they moved on. They thought this thing was done. They thought they did everything that they needed to do to be happy, but then they're finding out that a lot of the stuff that they're doing now is a distraction, and the real feelings behind how they feel is coming back up, and they don't know what the hell to do. Because this person may or may not have had the opportunity to grow as a person, grow as a couple with this person. But now they have the opportunity now, and they're like, what? I can understand this person's like confusion, and it's not even like real confused. It's like just so much happening in their mind, and just like, what? I thought we were done. I thought we did everything. But this is like a blast from the past, second chance, all over again. They haven't had an opportunity to fall in love here, do something differently, and then now they have another chance again. But with a relationship that they thought was done, or something that they thought was over, which they had thought they were over, but find themselves stuck because they are realizing that the feelings that they have are still there. And even probably more intense, because judgment energy is Pluto energy. Pluto rules Scorpio. So this person may have some serious feelings for this individual that were suppressed, or distracted, or used in a very creative way in practical means, but it didn't get them past the two. I mean, they're still juggling these things, trying to figure out why nothing is really making them happy, and it's because you're not doing the thing that you want to do that you see as valuable. You see that as it may not even be an option to you because you're looking at what you have in your hands versus, what is actually around you at this moment. And at the same time, I feel like this person moved on, like I said, because they didn't see that there was anything to work on. And that's just like, what are you supposed to, it's hard to do. It's hard to deal with. It's hard to be told, hey, you didn't do the best that you could, or that you didn't do everything, or you weren't seeing the situation from how it was. It's just like, if this person thought that they needed to move on, they did, and they tried to, and they're realizing now that they haven't been, and how they feel that this person's intensified, and they feel stuck now, and they probably realized that they looked at the situation from a different angle, a different place, or didn't look at it at all. They're just looking at their thoughts. It's really, I don't blame this person for even not even seeing this coming, or being like completely stuck and having no idea what to do. Wild, fam. It's wild. So let's see what you guys got for your Crystal Wisdom Oracle. Oh, damn. See what I'm saying? Oh, my God, y'all. Soulmate is your freaking... What is going on, Aquarius? Seriously. Aquarius. Like, what the hell? See what I'm saying? Y'all thought you moved on from somebody? And you'll keep thinking you good, but you ain't. You still have feelings, and you like, oh my God, I still have feelings. And then with the Eight of Swords, you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Because it ain't happening right now, and you don't see it because you're not seeing the situation from how it really is, which is what? The Sun? It's like, it's clear here for this individual, but it's not clear for you. Or for whoever this is. Aquarius, this could be you. Like, you know what you need to do now. Like, you feel like you're just ready to go, and this person's confused as hell. Because they're the person distracting themselves. Right? This could be you. Knowing what you want, knowing how you feel about, the situation, knowing that you need to have a hard conversation, you know exactly what to do to get that happening, and you're no longer in a defensive place to do it. This could be you, this could be you. Either one, right? But either way, this relationship is crazy. And you have soulmate to come up here and not justify it. Oh my goodness. What is happening with you guys this week? That's just crazy. The twin flame, okay? I'm reading. If you guys could see me shaking my head. Anyway, two crystals side by side call in a twin flame, a complement to your soul. This is what people mean when they ask for a soulmate. A twin flame bonds two people in an intimate relationship or unites you with the higher part of your soul. And it explains, because one of the things that's significant with twin flame relationships is that there's an age difference. We got the Knight of Cups here. So far, I'm not seeing any older version of anything. So it may just be a regular soulmate connection. It doesn't have to be a twin flame connection. But usually with the thing is with twin flame energies is that they are stronger. They're strongly felt emotions. Like they're just really in heightened relationships. It's interesting, but it's all based on vibration. It doesn't have anything too significant other than that. It's a vibration. This is why these crystals are called multi-dimensional vibrations. Okay, this is the multi-dimensional. Okay, multi-dimensional. So anyway, self-understanding. You yearn to be loved, but does this come from a black hole you need to fill? Black holes can be filled only from the inside by loving yourself fully and integrating different facets of your being. A twin flame means embracing deep intimacy and interdependency between yourself and another at the spiritual and physical levels. So this could have been that you guys, this somebody here, right here, right? I don't want to say you guys because this person on this side definitely may be coming to realize the feelings that they have or something, and they're realizing a hole and they don't know what to do or how to fill it. Okay, anyway, divination. Old heartbreak may need to be healed, ties with a past companion cut, or vows renegotiated. Prepare for open-hearted, intimate, and unconditional love. Decide whether you want a soulmate with a soul lessons that implement, or a twin flame, a companion of your heart. The healing insight, though, I'm going to read this to you guys. The healing insight, because I think you guys really need this. I've read this for Virgo, too. I did, because they had a really difficult reading themselves. And I don't know if you guys have maybe paired it with a Virgo, but that's interesting that it came up. But here's what I want to read you guys. The healing insight. You don't need anyone else to make you complete. A soulmate complements your own wholeness. And that is so true. So the chakras that it hits, this crystal affects here is the Earth Star, Heart, Soul Star, and the Celestial Gateway. And the path, the soul path rather, is unconditional and mutually supportive union. And like I need to tell y'all about unconditional love. I feel like you guys, you teach us about unconditional love. But the thing is, it's really hard, especially if you want something with an individual, because you guys want very little. I mean, I think you guys are not very demanding like us other humanly folk, which is what makes y'all aliens, is because you guys can appreciate where you are in the moment. Very similar to Sag. But this is I think maybe this is one of the things that you actually want to possess, or something that you want in the present moment. Because the only card that comes up here that's Pentacles is the Three of Pentacles. And I do feel like this is a future that you guys wanted to have. And very rarely do you guys have something. I mean, I don't know, maybe this is just my experience, or this is just maybe stereotypical. But from what I've understood from Aquarius is that you don't come from a place of like wanting to possess something. That's very Capricorn and that's very Scorpio. And that's very Taurus. But when you guys did, or have, with this relationship, it's bringing up a lot of those possessive issues, or those issues regarding the last relationship. Or it's bringing up a lot of feelings from the last person that you were with. Very complicated. I mean, the best thing I can say regarding this reading right now is that whatever you guys are looking at right now is not the direction that's going to be preparing you for whatever is to come. Because I don't know if because with the Wheel of Fortune coming up here, that's like something coming up. That's another opportunity. What brought you two together is a new opportunity, as a second chance. And whether that's happened, or it's happening, or ahead, I don't know. It will happen. Something is to look forward to, but it's not any of you guys discussing this. Nobody is collaborating with this. Nobody's even agreed to this. I think one person is like, well, I'm going to do it. And this person is like, I'm moved on. And then boom, it happens. And this person on here is going to get blindsided.